Hi, I'm Matt with Nerd Caliber. I'm here with Chris. Chris is a writer, creator for comics. Chris, tell us about your comics.
Yeah, these are all self-published comics that I do, just stuff that interests me. I'm big into Universal Monsters, so I did a mashup there. I'm big into action thrillers, so I did my own little take on like Air Force One or something like that, Harrison Ford movies with Commander in Chains. And then I'm also into like the history of comics as well, with All Negro Comics, which was a little-known comic from 1947 that I reprinted with some essays and some additional stories that kind of make it more accessible again.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
I love the history of comics.
Same.
Can you tell me what got you to focus on this one in particular?
Just that it was so unknown. Like I'm a huge comic book fan. I've been a big fan for a long time, and I didn't find out about it until about 2011, something like that. And it was just purely by accident. You know, it's a comic that came out in 1947, so you're talking around the same time as like Marvel Comics #1, Action Comics #1, comics that every comic book fan is aware of or at least seen the cover of, right?
Right. The wars are just ended. The
Totally.
big war, you know.
Yeah.
You got stuff happening.
Absolutely. And it was the type of thing that I was like, this is crazy that I don't know about it. And if I don't know about it, then, I feel like a lot more people don't know about it. So
Yes.
it's the first time Black creators created their own original Black characters. And they published them, they self-published them. They started a company called All Negro Comics, Inc. And they put out one issue, and then unfortunately the company was shut down. But it's this very important piece of history that I think informs everything that comes after, you know?
That's so cool. Now, what inspired you as a creator for some of your comics here? I see werewolves,
Yep.
I see commanders in chains.
Yeah. What inspires me is fun. I'm a big guy, I want to know some big bombastic idea that is very simple. Like if I say the phrase werewolf Frankenstein to you, you kind of already have an idea of what you're getting into.
Yeah.
Big into Universal Monsters, and I, those are characters that a lot of people have done a lot of different takes on. You know, you throw a rock, you can hit somebody's version of Frankenstein, right? And but for some reason, I had never seen people combine them in this way. So, I have Frankenstein, who you can come to clean, whether you read the book, whether you've seen the movie, just like your general idea of Frankenstein, the monster, not the doctor, right? He's bitten by a werewolf, and now he's both undead and also part werewolf because he's a patchwork person. So essentially the conceit is that he doesn't turn into a werewolf overnight. Like just his shoulder will turn, and then just his elbow will turn, and it's creeping through his body, and he's looking for a cure before his whole, it reaches his brain, and he's totally a werewolf. And then he's even less human than he wants to be, because at the end of the day, he's, he wants to connect with people like a person.
What a concept.
Yeah.
All right. So can you give us what's your latest one and make a nice sales pitch for us?
Absolutely. My latest one, hot off the presses, just finished it last month, is Commander in Chains. Like I said, action political thriller. If you're into like Captain America comics, Superman, it's about right makes might. Do the right thing. And so,
can you show us a couple pages?
Absolutely. This is about a fictional president who is framed for murder. He goes to jail because that's what he feels like he needs to do. And while he's in jail, he's fighting to prove his innocence. But obviously there's a lot of like gangs in there that are fighting, want to get a crack at him. And
I see a ubiquitous shower scene. You see that in a lot of prison.
Gotta have a prison scene. He makes some friends in there.
Okay.
He gets transferred to a supermax prison that's sort of like a black site type of thing. But yeah, it's definitely not something you have to study for. But if you're into like Reacher or like Tom Clancy stuff, sort of like that sort of fictional fantasy stuff, like in that world, like grounded fantasy type stuff, then this is something that you would definitely enjoy.
Awesome. And how can people reach out to you, get in touch, fan out, buy your stuff?
I got websites for everything. So werewolffrankenstein.com, commanderinchains.com. This is anc75.com. It's very long, so I kind of shortened it.
Yep.
And then if you're just curious about me, you can go to chrisrobinson.info. That's my website, and that has links to everything. So,
Chris, it was so nice meeting you.
So nice to meet you, Matt. Appreciate it.
Cheers.